Ladies and gentlemen, these are the results from SCW St. Patrick's Night Massacre being held by Slam City Wrestling in front of 1,000 people at the Benton Convention Center. The camera shows one called Manders in the ring with the SCW World and Triple Crown Championships. One called Manders holds the Triple Crown Champion over, who hands it to Cohen. The duo holding Manders nearby walking away. Manders proclaims he'll be a fighting champion, and he starts tonight as he defends against Joey Janela. So the championship is passed over here. It is now officially vacated, the Triple Crown, and Manders will defend the SCW World Championship. In a wild brawl that had great wrestling and a decent reaction, Gringo Loco defeats AJ Gray in 7:36 with his frog splash. 62, 38, 67 down the line. 63, 61 for AJ Gray and Gringo Loco here overall. Opening match. Next up, and about that had a decent reaction for the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Alice Crowley defeated Haley J via submission. 39, 29, 45 down the line. Haley J unfortunately was off her game. 45 and 33 for Crowley and Haley J though. Next up, and about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction. The War Dogs of Jessamine Duke, Charles Mason, and Slade defeated Kings Road of Adam Brooks, Luke Jacobs, and Isla Dawn. And the Liga Lucha was Zonique, Agablanc, and Tulsa Dolmenta. With Liga Lucha going out, then Kings Road going out, we're going to get War Dogs into a championship opportunity. 54, 69, 36 for the War Dogs, 49, 63, 66 for Kings Road, and 35, 59, 49 for the Liga Lucha. All right. Next up, but about that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Lindsay Snow defeats Red Vixen in 7:52 via pinfall. 45, 23, 50 overall here down the line. Lindsay Snow with a pretty good victory here for the War Dogs, for Vandal 48. 48, 43 for Vert Vixen and Lindsay Snow. And as we talked about last episode, Lindsay Snow being the newest member of Vandal 48. Next up, Sam Stackhouse cuts a promo about being down lately, struggling lately, but vows to come back bigger than ever. Outwalks Atticus Kogar, who rips Stackhouse and his weight. Atticus says he's an embarrassment to pro wrestling and that he should retire yesterday. A huge stare down. So Atticus Kogar again, working without a script, palm of his hands, 59 overall for Kogar here and Stackhouse. And basically we're pushing towards a big match between Kogar and Stackhouse. Next up, we have L.A. Park Jr. defeating Cappuccino Jones, one half of Adrenaline Drip by pinfall in just over 5.5 minutes. 59-64 for Cappuccino Jones and L.A. Park Jr. 65 for the segment rating. Next up, in a suburban match that had a decent reaction for the crowd, Ace Austin defeated Drew Parker, KJ Orso, and Zachary Wentz in 11:43 when Austin pins Wentz with the Aces high. 70-55, 71-55 for Ace, Drew, KJ, and Wentz down the line. All right. Next up, we get a video recapping Janela and Munn called Manders to end last week's show. Great hype for this main event match tonight here on Slam City Wrestling. In the next match, we have Matt Tremont and Joe Gacy having a match descend into utter chaos. No contest after the match last event. We're going to get a third match between the two of them, Matt Tremont and Joe Gacy, 84 and 58 between the duo, 70 overall. And in the main event, one called Manders defeats Joey Janela in a death match with the Dr. Bomb. He makes defense number 2, 77, 58, 81 for Manders and Janela. And Manders just continues to put on fucking incredible matches. 81 overall here. We're going to end it with a 77, another super dope show rating here. We benefited from having quite a wide selection of angles, 77 overall. And I know this episode was a little quicker than normal. I'm kind of seeming like I'm rushing, even though I'm not attempting to be, because we got to get out of the house and get to practice here. But we're going to wrap it up. This was SCW St. Patrick's Night Massacre from the Benton Center in Arkansas in front of just over 1,000 people. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a glorious rest of your day.